Hey guys, welcome back for another episode with Gamer Reaper. And today we're going to be talking about Hubie's, I think Hubie's Halloween. It's like a new Netflix movie that just came out just recently. So we're going to be talking about the movie review of that. But can you guys do me one little favor and smash the like button? And also, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe while you're at it, if you want to. So on to the movie review. With this movie, Adam Sandler plays as I keep butchering the name, but it's whatever. Hubie or Hubie or he. I mean, Hubie, yeah, Hubie, and like literally the whole movie is like basically him on an adventure of where his character is like every year he always do Halloween is like his biggest holiday that he does the most for. His mom, him and his mom decorate the house. He has no kids. And so the whole premise of it is like, he goes to try to, I guess, teach kids safety at the school. But then at the same time, like, I cannot tell you how many times people, like, actually there were two instances. Like, there was a lot of instances where, like, people were throwing stuff at him. Like, he had, like, a little teenager bike gang that was coming after him. And they were all wearing scream masks and they were coming after him. And he's just like... He's just dodging all this stuff, and like just the way like there were like certain people who were scaring him, and they loved to scare him because he was easy to scare. Like, he works at a grocery store, right? So he was at the produce area, and he sees a hand touching his arm, and he's just screaming hysterically because it was just too much. It was almost too much for him. Or the time when he was working in the deli, and one of the guys who's in on it told him that he wanted to get a lamb's head. He goes to look down into the meat area, and he sees someone trying to scare him, which was one of his coworkers. And it was like anywhere he goes, he's really a jumpy type of character. Like, he easily gets afraid of a lot of things. So like, he gets easily scared, and he was just screaming. There was even a time when they go to open the door, and they slowly open the door, and the people on the other side are screaming, and he's screaming, and then he goes like, "Why you're screaming?" He's screaming, and then he goes, "Why you're screaming?" And I mean, this whole movie is like almost like a horror comedy. Like, it's not like your Jason or Halloween. It's more like, it's like it's like its own lot of there's a lot of jokes and bloopers going on. I mean, there's even where there's a food fight going on. Going on in the movie. And I mean, like, the whole premise about the movie is basically seeing Adam Sandler's character deal with this one special night in Halloween where, like, he gets jumpy, he does investigation on trying to find lost kids, and then on top of that, he was trying to find a mastermind who was orchestrating all these missing people and stuff. And I was like, I really enjoyed this movie. Like, it was definitely, there were a lot of funny moments. I have to say, like, probably one of my favorite moments in this movie was like literally when, what was it? Oh my God. Like, there were so many, it was probably more towards to the end of it, when you finally see everything all wrapped up and everything. That was probably like when you finally see like who's like mastermind and everything. I was like, wow, I would have never guessed it. Someone who was literally the mastermind of it And then I think in some ways, I guess they were working in partnership with another person as well. Well, actually, two other people. That's what it seems like. But the gist of it, like the movie was definitely there was definitely a lot of laughs. There was I could definitely see there was a lot of the actors that were playing in this movie, they had a lot of fun time doing it. Like even at the end of the movie, like after the before the credits started to roll, but once the movie was ending, like they were showing some of the bloopers, and like it just seems like a lot of the characters were definitely having a lot of people were definitely having a blast just playing these roles because this is October. It's a fun time to be scaring people. It's also a fun time where like in this movie where like the town had a tradition going on with the whole fireworks and the parade and everything, and the fact that that Adam Sandler's character, he's just going through he's just going through each of these sections, either being afraid. And let me tell you, I don't know what it was with his whole thermos canister, but my goodness, it was like probably one of the only items I noticed throughout the entire movie. It was like Inspector Gadget, like abilities, like a number of them. And it was like, what the hell? It's like how many attachments does this thing have? Like it had so many. Like it had a flare gun. It was able to pop out an umbrella. And it's not like he had to say Inspector Gadget. He was just having it in there. He even had like when he was at the diner, the thing was like a miniature processor. I was like, dude, this thing is like, it literally like it was a jack of all trades, like a Swiss Army knife, but for a thermos canister, that was able to hold, containers. It was able to do a lot of things. Like I thought like they must have been switching out canisters because they were like, no, dude, there's no way this thing could do so many. Heck, it was even acting like a binoculars at one time. I'm like, no, dude, this thing is doing way too much for what it's capable of doing. It was ridiculous on how many features it was able to use because it was like a multi-features that you were able to use. But yeah, I thought this movie was like great. If I had to grade it, this movie would definitely be like a B plus. You'll definitely have a fun time watching this movie. You'll definitely get a few kicks because it'll definitely reminds me of like Halloween, of when I went to go scare kids. But now seeing how like they kind of turned this into a comedy, which I thought was great. I definitely could see a lot of people definitely watching it. And it just recently just came out, so I would definitely recommend watching this. So if you guys liked it, what you saw and heard here, just, leave down comments. And also, I'll see you guys on the next one.